Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for your tweets. Craig and Stevie here in the studio.
Not much to talk about today, was there?
Well, our Champions League 5th round, like there wasn't
No,
really...
when you look down,
no, it was one of those...
on the app, see what games are on.
Yes.
It's hard to pick a game to watch.
Like you looked at it and there wasn't anything that went... Yeah.
And then you looked at your schedule and went, oh, I'm in.
Oh, how can I get out of this?
I have to watch something. Have to watch something.
Oh, that's all right. Stevie's obsessed about your tan, Frank. Do you have one?
I just thought you had a tan earlier when I saw him.
About my what?
Your tan, your skin tone.
Your sun tan.
Have you been in the sun?
My tan. Well, I'm in Normandy. In Normandy, it keeps on raining, you know. So
yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing special. Maybe the TV
just
changed
me? It
something,
does
but
look a
it's
little
not
colour, doesn't it?
a tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got a sunbed at home. In Normandy.
Do people still have sunbeds at home?
No, I don't.
No, his eyes are not white.
Oh, there you go.
Did I have one?
No, I never had a sunbed.
Shut up.
What do
You
you
must have ordered one.
I've never had a sunbed in my life.
You never rented one?
You used to could
No, I
rent
never rented one. Who does
rent
that?
them.
You used to could rent them.
What, and they kind of wheel them round?
No, they throw them in the
like-
window. Yeah, they bring them in the house.
And they're big old things though, aren't they?
No.
What do you mean no? Aren't they the size of a bed?
Well, you get bed in your room, can you?
It's quite a big thing.
The size of a
It's the same thing. You just put it in your room and you take the top off, get your glasses on.
Did you do it, Stevie?
Me? No. Yeah, as if I did
Who did it, Eleanor?
I think it was my sister. My big sister used to got one.
Right.
She rented one for a bit.
Wow.
But like, it's like everything else. She used it for about 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, things actually there's tanning studios now.
Yeah, tanning studio, and you have the spray tan and things, don't you?
Well, wait, no.
What?
That's what Frank's done.
Spray. How old are you?
What do you mean?
Don't do that anymore. You're
Of course they do.
in for about 10 seconds now and that's it.
I don't know. I don't know.
You go in some sort of tablet.
You what? Aye.
Who would have thought that
You
Stevie
do.
would be on?
Honestly.
How do you know so much about
Well,
tanning?
because my missus did it.
Does she?
You walk in, you're there for like 10 seconds and
Right.
then you're back
Spin
out,
round.
and that's it.
What, and your tan goes on your clothes?
Yeah. Yeah, you get one of those things you stand
Oh
on.
my God.
This is going down a road that I don't
You
think
hold
we
on
need
to
to
the
go.
thing and somebody spins you and you go around and hold on to it.
Craig, would you rather be Stevie's chauffeur for an entire year? You're taking him home today, aren't you?
No, not after last week.
What do you mean, no? You better be have fun.
Why, what happened last week?
I've already
What happened last week?
You know what happened last week?
I don't know what
They
happened.
completely
Oh, yes.
ballsed up the travelling.
I never balls in, I'm not, by the way.
Right, come on.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Get ready,
If you
Frank.
look at my text message to you, right? The last one I sent you, I said, I will see you at work. Eleanor will bring us home.
Oh, no. But by that time, I had no left.
So what part of that makes you think I'm picking you up?
Because I'd already told my missus that you were picking us up.
It was your own fault. No.
Craig.
See, if you'd left it to my original text...
I was
said-
trying to help.
No, I'm picking you up, but you're going to miss the first 5 minutes of the Liverpool game.
Right.
If you'd left it at that, but you couldn't.
I was trying to help.
Couldn't.
Instead of you and
right,
Cheryl
okay, all
coming to my house, I said I would come to your
Well,
house.
you helped, all
to
right.
help
I'd not
out.
left to work.
And you turned that into I'm picking you up.
Craig, would you rather be Stevie's chauffeur for an entire year or have to do a power rankings every week for Ballon d'Or rankings?
Oh, it's easy, that.
Yeah, power rankings.
Power rankings.
Power rankings.
Frank, what is the hardest tackle you either gave or received, and was it clean?
Oh wow, it's hard to remember, but one hard tackle that I received was at the Paris Saint-Germain against my old friend David Ginola. He was a forward player, so he didn't know how to tackle, and he tackled me. You know, I don't know what he wanted to try to do, and he tackled me like today. I don't know if you saw Paris Saint-Germain playing against Maccabi, but Sek made a terrible tackle on Mbappe at one point just before he scored the goal. And that was a kind of a tackle like that, but very bad, and he almost broke my my leg because he was a striker. He didn't know how to tackle, so it was awful. The worst tackle that I made was maybe against Michael Owen, because he was from behind, and it was in the middle of the field. It wasn't really something to save something. It was just to impress. And it was from behind, and it could have been a very bad one. He went away very nicely, I would say. And it's funny that the ref didn't give even a free kick. I should have.
If there's VAR, would you have been off,
think,
Frank?
Because it was. Oh, yes, it should have been a red card. Yeah, it's tackle from behind. No way that could get the ball. I just tried to put him down, and after that you say, well, stupid moment, stupid tackle.
Right.
I should have been red carded, and I got away very easily because of the ref. But no.
What did you say to David Ginola? Because you know you two have got history when he made that challenge on you.
I say, you know what, try to score goals and stop tackling. You don't know how to tackle. You almost broke my leg, you moron.
Okay,
sorry,
yep, I'm
sorry
sure.
for the bad word.
That's all right. I thought we were going for another end. That would have really got us going.
Yeah.
Stevie, you never got booked in your career, am I right?
I never got sent off.
You never got sent off, which is pretty impressive.
Aye. Well, you actually were allowed to kick people then.
Right.
As long as it wasn't grievous bodily harm, you got a yellow card.
Then it was okay.
But I would say the tackle I learned from the most was on me. Because, as I said, back then you were allowed to do people.
Okay.
And so you had to learn not to put yourself in a position to get done.
Okay.
And the first time I ever got done was at Ayr United, the team I was at before I went to Liverpool.
When you were a teenager, yeah?
Yeah. And we were playing against Partick Thistle, and I was running to get a ball across the field. The goals are there and there, and there was a ball coming down that way, and I ran that way. 18 years old at the time, didn't know any better. I stuck my leg straight out to try and win the ball, and this guy went right. I was lucky. He actually just missed the inside of my knee, and he caught me just before my kneecap
Before
and
what?
everything else.
Before what?
And he
Don't
caught
say
me.
it.
No, it wasn't that high. And I basically took it all in all the muscles, all the way across the top of my knee,
Right
over.
Because you'd exposed yourself.
I just exposed myself.
Right.
And so the rest of my career, I never did it again.
Okay.
So it's about learning,
Right.
not to put yourself in a position where somebody's actually going to do serious harm to you.
It's like saying Arsenal haven't improved, isn't it? You don't want to put yourself in that.
How do we get to that?
No, I've actually said they did. Would that be correct?
What about you?
Would that be
I
correct?
can't remember.
Excuse me, would that be correct?
Oh, have you?
I've said they've improved.
Yes, yeah, you have now. Yes.
Just confirming.
Was that
Worst challenge, World Cup 98?
my worst challenge?
Yeah.
Stupidest challenge.
Right. Wasn't your worst?
Wasn't a leg breaker. It was just a bit of a hack.
On the same
That's
sort
all right. Why not?
Oh.
You know, bit of fun.
Let your country down.
Yeah.
Let
Well,
everybody
as I said, they were 2-0 down already. Not my fault. None of the first two goals were my fault.
Hey, you know, normally when you get sent off, you get fined, right?
Yeah.
What happens when you get sent off for your country? You just miss a game. You don't take money off you.
No.
You don't lose your fee, or
Can't take money off.
not as much of your fee, right?
You become a pointless question, that's it. For Stevie, what was the worst injury in your career, and how does it compare to what your dog did to your shoulder?
This is the worst injury, telling you.
Is it really?
Yes.
But you've broken your jaw before, surely
I've
that
broken my jaw, I've torn my stomach muscle, I've had hernias, I've had neck problems, I mean, knee surgery. This is the biggest pain in the neck.
Right.
Shoulder.
And it's not... pain in the shoulder, yeah. And it's weird because I'm not in pain.
Right.
The actual place where I had all the
surgery.
The surgery
Yes.
is fine.
Okay.
It's everything else going on around
It's just
it.
cumbersome, yeah?
It's just a nightmare.
So you can't have long left in that thing.
You've been on it forever.
Months? They said 68 weeks, which when they told me, I laughed at it. I was like, yeah, right. But it looks like...
How's your physical therapy going?
It's murder. It's sore.
Are you committed to it? Do you have to do some at home as well? Because I can't imagine. Do you do it?
Aye. Not all the time. Most of the time. Honestly, I wish I'd broken my jaw again. I'd rather have broken my jaw.
Yeah. Soft. No, but seriously, I'm not taking the mickey. Is it soft tissue work? Yeah. I can imagine that's sore, no? Or is it just movement?
Just movement. And I mean, still having to sit up in bed and
Yes.
it's such a pain.
I bet. Oh well, we're all here for you, Stevie.
Honestly,
There
I've got to get the time of shoelaces.
Right, poor Eleanor.
It's just annoying.
And you're not shoelaces. And by the way, he's not wearing shoes that have got shoelaces.
I've got slip-ons. Wearing slip-ons.
What about you? Can we talk about your worst injury?
No, nothing bad. What?
Frank, worst injury?
Yeah, I had a bad one on my eye, just below here, and I wanted to go for a header, and the striker when doing the header backwards, and I got the ball before, and he smashed my head, and I couldn't feel here, and I thought I was okay, and suddenly I started to sneeze a little bit like that, and I felt the air was coming up to my eye, so I realized that I had a fracture. And that was the thing will help your eye to stay in position if I was touched. But I carried on playing, and that's crazy, but I scored goals that day. And then we went to the hospital, and this guy said, "You crazy, the eyes could have fallen. So you should have stayed, you should have gotten out, you know." And I couldn't sleep because I was like having a nightmare, feeling that my eyes was falling. And I didn't do surgery. They didn't do anything. I just had to wait and not move too much to not make the bone opening and the eyes falling. But it was a nightmare. The feeling was awful. Yeah.
Wow.
Tells you how good the medical staff. Are you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Good, on you go.
There you go. Perfect.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll talk about yours.
Teeth.
Well,
Is that where you're trying to go?
No, not teeth.
What other one?
Something that is very R-rated. Dan shared yesterday that
I know what you're going to say. I know. It wasn't my what. I'm not going down that route.
Why are you mouthing to me as if I'm going to tell you? The camera's on. Dan shared yesterday.
Unfortunate incident that was.
Oh, yes.
It was very painful.
Yeah, I bet, especially for the gentleman watching. Dan shared yesterday that he didn't follow the path of his local culture, not becoming a farmer. What would the guys have been if they stayed where they'd grown up and not become a footballer?
Unemployed, probably.
Yeah.
Burglar.
Burglar. You were apprentice electrician?
I was apprentice electrician, yeah.
And a builder as well?
Oh, I did a lot of things.
Yeah.
I washed factory walls, I worked on a building site.
Wow.
I did milk round, I did all kinds, and I was hopeless at all of them.
Right. Lucky you were a footballer.
Bet you were a right skiver, weren't you?
Aye.
Oh, I imagine.
Guaranteed.
Oh, God.
I tell you, I used to hide behind all the walls they were built, you know, on the building site.
Yes.
I used to just go and hide behind the walls.
Yeah.
And then I'd hear my name getting called, and I would appear from nowhere.
Right.
Oh, God, that was awful.
Frank, what was the industry where you grew up?
I grew up in the south of France, in the area in south of France, between Marseille and Toulon, and I wanted to be a vet when I was young, but at school it didn't work that well, so I think it would have been difficult for me. But I was a builder for one day after I was sacked from the Toulon Academy. Then I became a commercial for a year and a half. I was selling clothes, Italian clothes, and it was funny that Ancelotti was the ambassador of the fabrics, and I was following his career very closely, and yeah, I think I would have loved to be a fireman at the end of the day, you know, because in South of France we suffer from fires and everything every summer. So you can be a volunteer. You're not paid for that. You just have bonuses if it happens. But yeah, to save the trees and stuff like that would have been nice, yeah. And people. But trees first.
I slept on the bus.
No.
So 3 strikes and you were out. I've been late twice to the building site.
Okay.
3 times and you're out. So Monday morning, I'd been out all day Sunday.
Right.
So I was still hungover.
Good.
And I used to have a little kip on the bus on the way in.
Right.
So I ended up falling asleep. I didn't wake up. So I get to the bus station and the driver's waking me up. And I'm like, what time? And I'm like, it's already like 9:20. I'm supposed to be there at 8:20. I'm meant to be there at 8 o'clock.
Right. You're done.
So what I did, I thought I was done. So I got there and I told the foreman that I had to drive my dad to hospital because he'd broken his leg. Because it was snow and ice outside. So he let me off.
Your dad never went running by like jogging or anything?
Not quite. Well, I couldn't even drive.
You couldn't even drive.
I couldn't drive at the time either.
Brilliant. You never had any jobs apart from football.
No, I left when I was 16.
Yeah.
So I did actually go and do the odd day for some of my dad's mates who had their own like engineering business, and I hated it.
What did that involve?
Welding and stuff. Yeah, work.
Just basically work.
And my dad said like, Jim from next street, he needs somebody to help him next week for a couple of days, and I hated it.
Yeah.
And he gave me like £20, and I felt like I thought he was going to give me like 100.
Oh no.
And I was like,
He's still angry about it. Look.
I'm not doing that again because it was work. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'd have done if I hadn't gone there when I was 16.
Right.
Most of the guys actually, a lot of people back in the day, when they came out of school at that age, as they did, particularly the guys, went down the mines, the coal mines, because the coal mining was still big in that area.
Course,
I mean, thousands. There was 2 pits within 5 miles of our town. 2 pits, each with 2,000 men down them. So a lot of the guys. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Remember,
horrible to go down.
That's proper word.
It's horrible to go down, but the guys got good wages,
Right.
relatively speaking.
Yeah.
But remember, we're 16.
Yes.
I don't think people will realise where we come from. You leave school, unless you're looking to go to college or university. Generally, you leave school when you're 16 years of age.
I ruled that out, Stephen.
Yeah.
16 years of age. I mean,
I left school when I was 50.
I don't even know what you're doing
Wasn't
when
my
you're
birthday.
16.
No. Well, there we go.
You were a bit of a smart aleck when you went to try.
Well, he's not changed anything, is he?
There we go.
You went to college.
Yeah,
and
university, did all that, yes.
You went to uni?
Yes, I was
Wasted
university.
money.
Yeah. No, it's not though. I did journalism. Look at me now. Hardcore journalist asking big questions. The last time a Chelsea manager began their career unbeaten in the Champions League was Di Matteo, and he, of course, went on to win it all. Could history repeat itself?
Oh, I mean, it could. I don't think so. Bearing in mind the injuries they've got. I mean, Reece James could.
Did you see his green hair at the weekend?
No.
Who?
He's dyed his hair green.
Oh, wow.
It's quite an interesting look.
People dye their hair.
Yeah, who would dye their hair, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, especially if, say, a World Cup, then get sent off.
Football dyeing their hair.
Yeah.
Who would be?
No, I don't think so.
No? Frank, could they go all the way, like they did in 2012?
Well, they did also with Tuchel, and winning the Champions League when he came and signed for the club. So yeah, it's possible. That would be a third miracle for Chelsea, but I don't think so. I think it will be another way. No, I don't think about that.
I'm just worried about your eye falling out halfway through the segment now, Frank. That's
a bit
it.
of a horror film, that.
All I can see is your eye.
It's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. I'm fine.
It's all right. Okay, that's it.
You get a job in a horror movie, couldn't he?
Yeah, good. Yeah, there
Well,
you
he's
are.
done silent movies.
Had his eyes, exactly.
Yeah, perfect. Lovely. That is it. We are done. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow for more, of course. More Champions League game. Big one, of course, seeing Inter trying to make it through to knockout stages in
Tough
place
game for them, eh?
Well, not really, unless you're Gab. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.